Hey there guys, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well and welcome to today's video. In this one, we have the conclusion of Season 4. Now, I know Season 4 has been super quick. This is only going to have been the third episode, but what can I say guys? I wanted to do a season per map, and this is the last video that I really have of the island map. In the first one, I showed you guys the ice cave base that I built, which was pretty damn cool, and then it got meshed. Then in the second episode, we raided the cave with tech rifles, and then in this episode is going to be the south cave that we raided. Now, this raid was a bit of a strange one. I'll go into why in just a second, but before we talk about that, of course, guys, don't forget to smash the like button on these videos. Let's see if we can hit anywhere near a 1k likes target. It is the weekend. I know it can be done, so that would be absolutely awesome. We've been getting like 400 or 500 recently, so if we can get a little bit more above that, that would be absolutely incredible. But anyway, this video I'm actually just going to be talking over this raid. It's not going to be a live commentary. I just want to discuss some things, answer some questions from you guys. So let me tell you guys about the raid while I actually, well, before I go into these questions, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit random. So this was just quite a big cave build on the south coast. This is actually the cave that's just above Stonehenge. So it's the most southern cave on the map. It wasn't that easy. There was some pretty decent defenses. However, it was a little bit unexpected because once we got to the end of the cave, and I don't mind spoiling what happens because like I said, I'm not doing a live commentary, but we did get through to the end, and actually at the back of the cave was a base that didn't even belong to the person who had all of the defenses up. So we think they probably meshed it and then made their own base at the back. It's the only way I can see it happening, unless maybe they were alliance, but I'm pretty sure during this wipe there were no alliances or anything like that. So it was a bit strange and a bit of a letdown that we weren't actually getting to the base that the guy who had all the defenses had up, and I'll also get that feeling that this guy had been meshed again, which is a massive shame that that wasn't found out. So although this video is kind of like a commentary after the fact, and I know you guys probably mainly prefer the live commentary stuff, which I do in most of my videos, I want to answer some of your questions. And also I've got some really good news, and that's that this week is the start of a brand new server. Actually going to be playing on a 2-man server, a very similar server, but it's just a 2-man max tribe. So it's going to be a lot more ideal for me because I love playing either solo or with a friend. So it's going to suit me really well, and I've actually recorded loads of live gameplay for that one already, so you know this week is going to be a really good week for content on my channel. So make sure you have your notifications on so you don't miss the start of that brand new server and the brand new series. We do loads of stuff you guys have been asking for, like breeding, building, like all kinds of like PvE stuff worked in with the PvP, so you can get to see the general transition instead of just like, oh, here's a massive raid we did and all that kind of thing. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So I asked you guys for some questions on my community tab on YouTube, and also I got a few questions from the comment sections of previous videos where I didn't actually reply to those questions. I'm getting a chance to do so here. So let's get stuck into them. So we've got a guy called Game Bus asked, next season, are you building a pyramid base if there is a next season? Now, this is interesting someone asked that, because the other day I was thinking back to those pyramid bases that I like to make. Sometimes when I didn't have a really big tribe, I'd make a little pyramid base. I used to like the way that the X plants could be slanted, I guess, like on a slope so they could easily shoot at people. Really, pyramid bases aren't ideal. They do look cool, and in some ways technically they're kind of hard to raid depending on what kind of server you're on, but in all honesty they're not really the meta, and I don't think I will be, but it would be super good to do for nostalgia's sake. Let me know in the comment section down below if in the next wipe or the next season that I do, you'd like to see me build some huge pyramid base, because they're not really like the ideal PvP build, but they do look kind of cool. So I'll think about it. I'll definitely think about building another pyramid base. A UK Ninja asks, what cave did you just raid in your last video? What's it called? So if you're not sure what he's referring to, the video where it's called Raiding Caves with Tech Rifles, I was raiding a very long and what could be a very hard to raid cave if set up properly. It's actually called the Upper South Cave. Obviously it's on the island map, and if you need even more info than that, it's by the swamp. It's basically just south of the swamp on the island, and it's got the artifact of the pack inside of it. So So that is the one you want to be looking for in your Google search if you want to see where that is. Building on caves on official is a little bit tougher than unofficial. Obviously, without the S plus and the no collision and all that, you can build crazy bases, but sometimes it's a little bit more difficult on official. So maybe have a look there, see what you think. But I can imagine there being some hard to raid bases put in there, but I don't know. These days, with meshing and caves being so common on officials, I don't think they're particularly safe. Tonya Brat 52 says there are no good servers on Xbox. Can you open an Atrado Xbox server PC can play too? I'm guessing he's asking just to play on. I don't plan on running any Xbox or PS4 servers at the moment. One of the main reasons is that there's no mods on Xbox or PS4, so they're really just boosted servers. Now you can have certain rule sets, like I could take out certain dinos. I used to do that on my PS4 servers. I used to take out Trudons and oh god, what's the Pegomastax? I used to take those out because there's no real need for them. I mean, especially if you're on super high rates, you don't need the kibble of either of them either. So yeah, it's just not that exciting to me to do that. The only real chance I've got of running a server is if I run a PC server or cluster, where I can put a couple of mods on and do some crazy stuff. But in all honesty, right now I'm not really in the frame of mind to be running servers. I much prefer to actually just play the game and enjoy it that way. And also, I don't really like being an admin on a server that I play on. So it seems strange to be running a server and not play on it. Like, it seems like a bit of a missed opportunity, and also at the same, I don't really enjoy doing that. Chad J, interesting name, asks, any plans on doing Arcpocalypse series or possibly going to Get Jack server? I miss the official style of play. The Get Jack server thing is something I'm getting asked all the time at the moment, so I'll address that one first. It's very unlikely that I'll go to Get Jack server. I don't know how long it's been up now, but like maybe a few weeks or a month. So not only would I be super behind the times with it, but I'm really enjoying these servers at the moment that have the point system in. The fact that you can just play the game, do all your PvP or your breeding, and then while you're doing that, you're passively getting points to actually get dinos. So you don't need to go out and like look for tames for hours on end. You don't need to do much farming. You can just literally play and do the things you like doing in the game, and then also get the benefit of then getting the tames and also having the stuff to farm and all of that. So I like playing with those kinds of servers at the moment. So I probably won't go to Get Jack server unless it wipes or something, and then I'll see where I'm at with that. When it comes to Arcpocalypse, if you don't know what those are official servers. They're a cluster of one of each map, and they wipe every 30 days, but they are 3 times rates. I used to play those like about a year ago, might have even been less, might have been about 6 months ago. I used to play those as my main thing on my channel because I really like the 30-day wipe. I think it kind of suits PvP, and the reason that I stopped playing on those was because the Chinese and Russian mega tribes took over. Basically, if you had any tribe less than like 10 people, you were going to really struggle to hold down on there unless you were hidden. Now, I did actually try playing on the last wipe of Arcpocalypse. I logged in, I did my little note run, but then once I did that, you know, I just wasn't really feeling it. Wasn't really in the mood for the slow grind, and I understand the slow grind can be good for content, so maybe I will do that soon. So there's a possibility. If I'm going to play anything at the moment, it would probably be Arcpoc. I have been seeing some other YouTubers have been doing like small tribe stuff, so there is a bit of life on there. Maybe I'll do something on there, but it's unlikely. So obviously we will transition into something else eventually. So if you do like the official style of play, there is obviously going to be something at some point back to that, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just playing it by ear at the moment. This all kinds of leads on to the next question. Someone called Leo asked, how's Arc impacting you real life? Do you invest much time into Arc? And this is probably a question, bearing in mind that a lot of you guys and anyone who plays Arc probably do invest a huge amount of time into the game to actually get anything going. And Arc is generally that kind of game. Now, as a content creator, that's not always been a massive problem because it's what I do for my living. So obviously I can just treat it like a full-time job and spend all those hours in and actually get something out of it other than just enjoying the game. You know, it's all to make the content for you guys to enjoy. And yeah, obviously I do play a huge amount, especially when I'm on official, and that's one of the reasons I'm not on official at the moment, and that I'm enjoying these unofficial super boosted officials. I play, whenever I play them, I play a crazy amount. Like, you guys see obviously a video every few days and whatever, but to get that video you have to play so much that it's very difficult as a content creator to justify playing on those servers. Now I have done it, and I do it because I think it is like some of the more addictive gameplay, and it's more exciting to watch than unofficials. Like, I won't be doing unofficials forever, but it's just it's not really that appealing to me at the moment, like I said in the previous video. But yeah, to answer the video, does it impact, is it impacting my real life? Technically, my YouTube life is my real life, if you know what I mean, because it is my occupation. So it kind of is one and the same. But if you mean things that I do outside of YouTube, yeah, of course, definitely, because you find yourself on Arc sometimes staying up all kinds of times, and it's very hard to schedule doing things within regular hours that aren't to do with gaming and so on. But that's just the life of a YouTuber, regardless of if you play Ark or anything like that. Anyone who seriously does YouTube and is really grinding out to try and do things properly, they don't often get much time in that sense. But as I've been doing this for more and more years, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for many years now, I have learned to try and manage my time a lot better and not super burn out on it all. You'll hear stories of YouTubers burning out very easily at all different kinds of levels, and I've been there and I do it sometimes. So yeah, it is definitely a balance, and that kind of links into the whole why I'm playing as I'm playing at the moment. Will Seg said, would love to know the codes of the base location underwater rag where you were built. And I see you, Will Seg, because let's be honest, that was a bit of a cheeky kind of mesh base location. Although technically, I mean, you don't have to mesh to get in there. It's like part of the game, so I don't know if you would get wiped on official. I built there, and the admins on the unofficial said, oh, it's fine, you know, you don't have to mesh to get in here. And it's probably the last of their worries, because they have to deal with meshed bases anyway. But yeah, I can see it being a very, very cheeky spot on unofficials, or sorry, on officials, if you can build in there a sneaky little base on small tribes or something. So to get on to answer your question, I don't have the exact coordinates off the top of my head, and I don't really feel like going into the game right now, but it's basically about halfway down the map on the west coast. If you know those little group of islands on the west coast, just above the southwest islands, there's a few little islands there. If you just go straight out, if you just head straight out west from those and down into the ocean, it's basically around there. So yeah, about halfway down, maybe a little bit more, and then almost to the world border. Not quite all the way to the world border, but it's around there. So have fun having a little swim around there and finding it. And you can find it very easily on single player anyway, so I'm sure it won't be that difficult with those instructions. Haunt Killer asks, do you plan on playing other games other than Ark, and when is the next stream? I used to actually play quite a big variety of games. I've been doing YouTube, like I say, for many years, and throughout those years I quite often played other games other than just what I was recording videos for. Obviously before Ark I used to mainly play Call of Duty, but I would stream other games. I'd sometimes do a let's play of other games, but actually at the moment I don't really tend to do any kind of YouTubing or streaming other games. So I have a couple of games that I play for fun and to relax, and they're mainly CSGO and Apex Legends. And outside of those I don't really play anything, and those games, when I play them, they're literally, I want to hop on for half an hour, maybe 2 hours max, just to get some variety and enjoy those games, because you know I really enjoy those games, and it's a shame to be involved in the gaming scene and not actually get to enjoy a lot of the games that are out there. Now I do feel like I miss out on a lot of games not doing that either. I could easily like live stream, I don't know, say God of War or Red Red Dead Redemption 2 when it came out, just for a bit of fun. But I've learned that if I'm going to manage my time properly and do YouTube full time and put real effort into making my content as good as it can be, if I was to do the streaming as well with those kinds of games, it would completely burn me out. And that kind of links to what we've said before. We were like, you just spend too much time doing it all. So in general, I do play a couple of games just to relax, just normally a couple of shooters that I like, but I just treat them as someone who had a super busy job and then got like an hour every now and then to jump on a game. You know, that's kind of how the lifestyle is. So I don't plan on doing any streaming of that style, whatever. I mean, who knows in the future? Who knows? Maybe down the line I will be like, oh, screw Ark. I'm just going to go be a variety YouTuber and streamer and see how it goes. So never say never if you'd like to see content like that from me. But at the moment, no, I like to put most of my eggs in one basket. I'd rather be a master of one thing than a jack of all trades. So no, not really at the moment. Final question here we have, it's your boy or it's your bow. I think it's called It's Your Bow. And they said, please name one of your dinos Lolly or Leo. They are my lizards that died, and dinos are kind of like lizards. And this actually got quite a few upvotes or likes on one of the comment sections. So sorry I didn't see this beforehand, but I will definitely try to remind myself. Maybe if you guys can remind me in the comments as well, videos, because I'll probably forget. But sure, there's no problem. But I kind of feel bad like naming an in-game pet after someone's pets. It's one of the reasons I don't really call any of my dinos after like my pet names or anything like that, because it seems a bit strange. I don't know, and it's like sad if they like die or whatever. So I really play Ark in a sense that basically the dinos are a tool or a weapon towards doing what I want to do, towards PvPing or defending. They're not like pets, you know. Obviously Ark is a game where you can treat it like that, and that can be super fun on PvE, or if you're just playing on an unofficial chill server, like yeah, have your creatures and treat them like pets and get attached to them. But I don't play Ark like that. I play Ark to basically PvP and play in that sense. So I really, these days, I call my creature stuff like mbreeder001 or melee pteranodon and whatever. I've given up calling them names like, you know, Dave and Big Harry or something, which I used to do in the past, and who knows, maybe I will do at some point. But I don't know, I've got over the idea of getting attached to tames and dinos in Ark, especially on unofficial boosted, just the same way that I've learned to not get attached too much to like gear and stuff, and just try and get in. If you're going to get attached to the game, get attached to the experience of building and fighting and whatever. Like the creatures, they're obviously gonna come and go. But I appreciate that you leave that comment, my man, and I will see what I can do if there's any creatures that would be suitable for. So yeah, that's it for the video. I didn't think it was going to be a long video, but I did manage to waffle on quite well with your questions. I do get quite a lot of questions that I didn't actually note down here, but people saying things like, oh, when are you going to do face cam? What do you look like? And all that kind of stuff. And honestly, guys, like, although I don't do face cam, whatever, I'm not exactly the most secretive person for what I look like and all that kind of thing. If you follow me on Twitch, I quite often do face cam on there. So go to my twitch.tv page. It's just JAYEX23, and you can go past broadcast and see me. And I stream there about once or twice every week. No, not every week, like once a week, twice. I'm trying to say once every 1 to 2 weeks. That's what I'm trying to say. But who knows? Sometimes I was tempted to stream a couple of times this week. I mean, I only didn't because I had some other things to do. But go over there if you want to see me and you want to see me live and chill with me and all that kind of thing. But I've also got like Instagram, which is JAYEX23, spelled exactly the same as my YouTube channel. And I've got Twitter, which is just spelled JAYEX23. And I'm not a massive fan of Twitter, so I pretty much just have that because like I want to be able to post my videos on there and share them with you guys. Obviously, as many social medias that I can have as possible to post on is always good, because obviously the YouTube algorithm does not suggest my videos to all my subs. But if you follow me on those channels, highly increase your chance of getting my videos, apart from Instagram, obviously, because I do not post my videos on Instagram. But I would like to get more active on there, so maybe a little boost in followers would make me a bit more active. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you're having a great weekend. Don't forget, we've got a brand new series starting this week on a new map in a new base location some of you are going to absolutely love, because it's a little bit of a nostalgic kickback to an old base location that was almost infamous on my channel, and we do a lot of big things there. But that's it for now, guys. Got some annotations coming up on screen if you'd like to check out some more of my content, and I'll see you all next time.